Everybody awake, plenty of coffee and breakfast in your stomach, we hope. We're going to go up and down today. Opening tap is won by the Mustangs. And they head to work with second-year head coach Toyo Wilson. This is Reagan Bradley out of Little Rock, a senior. And a foul off the ball underneath against SMU. I think as physical as SMU wants to be, you have to keep an eye on how this game's officiated as well, Brendan.
Yeah, no question. That's
thread the needle.
So that's what we're talking about, right? You have the pressure and you bring your defender high up the floor. When you make that backdoor cut, Chad, there's plenty of space if you bring that defender high. That's great basketball right there from Oklahoma.
Embry backing down Liz Scott. Scott with a foul on the floor. That'll be her first. Shantae Embry has been great for Toyo Wilson so far. Just a different dimension. She knows Oklahoma and she knows the Big 12 Conference.
Yeah, look at that back door right there. We talked about Robertson being a little bit underrated passer.
Sooners wearing the Veterans Day gear. There's Jenny Baranczyk in her second season as head coach. Sooners reached 20 wins faster than any team they've had last year. And all the way to the second round of the NCAA tournament, hosting that here at the Lloyd Noble Center. 5 to shoot. Smith does. And Skylar Vann lost that out of bounds. Skylar Vann just so good coming off the bench. The reigning Big 12 6th player of the year.
When she comes into the game.
This is Wilkinson in and out. And the freshman, Kirsten Johnson, is in. 6'3" from Duncanville, Texas. Here's Johnson. Nevaeh Tot scoots down the baseline. Sooners still plenty of time to get a shot away. Johnson fires from the foul line and hits it.
That's just a bonus right there if you get her knocking down elbow jumpers.
There's what you talked about. She got a little piece of that shot from Embry. Robertson open, firing. Yes, sir.
In that area of, do you call timeout or you wait till the next dead ball at the under 5 timeout?
Sooners score again. She may be left with no choice. SMU tries to stop the run, and that's beautiful two-person basket. Oklahoma near 3 minutes without a field goal. See if that changes. Johnson does change it.
But that goes back to what we talked about. She doesn't force things. I mean, she lets things come to her. But there's so much scoring and balance with Oklahoma. You know, it's not like she's got to go get 20, even though she very well could end up with 20 by the end of today.
Madi Williams frees herself for the easy.
And they seem to always get a good look, and they got one right there.
Jones misses that three. Strong rebound by Wilkinson to get a reset for Smith. Smith, high arcer. This means Smith's off to a good start.
A nice runner right there, and SMU really needed it with Oklahoma's 9-0 run.
Williams trying to work it inside toward Beatrice Culleton. Aubrey Jones can't leave her open. Yeah. She'll make you pay.
Three-point shooter wide open in space.
Taylor Robertson and Aubrey Jones last year, and Jones was at Iowa State. They made more threes combined than 234 Division I teams. That's crazy. Madi Williams can line up the three.
She can pop out and shoot the three. Now, she's just a 30% career three-point shooter. But I think that will be better this year, and she's much improved. It just looks really good coming off.
I mean, that took no time.
SMU defensively is good enough. You know, they can kind of stop the momentum and get Oklahoma in control. It's good enough to get enough stops. And that's too wide open.
Taylor Robertson funnels it inside, and Johnson threw that over the top. Here comes Smith on the attack. Brow cashes in transition. Johnson lines up another from downtown. That's way off. Embry posts again. She's got something going in there now, Brendan.
Yeah. And Smith obviously can make those, but they probably need to, until they get into some better rhythm, you got to get things downhill. Off the bounce or interior post passes.
Madi Williams just turned. Brow wide open. A good skip pass to find her. And it's just not falling. Kennedy Tucker and Raina Scott launches. She drills the three. That's.
I mean, they had those two specifically. You had to lean on them heavily. They're going to be able to pick spots, Coach Baranczyk, and get them some rest. Be strategic about it throughout the year.
That's a welcome three there from Reagan Bradley, who shot 23% from three-point range a year ago. SMU back within 14. Taylor Robertson just wiggled all the way to the bucket. So Taylor Robertson with 8 this morning. 7 away from 2,000. Wilkinson cashes in. 15 double-doubles in her career. Robertson, quick trigger. Not this time. Madi Williams swatted that ball. Teams are getting up and down, huffing and puffing. It's been a while since we've had a timeout.
Yeah, the pace has crept back more in Oklahoma's favor, and it just gets them into some rhythm offensively.
Peterson on the attack. Nice. She finishes, and a foul on Culleton. They played only 6 games 2 years ago. Then Toya Wilson comes in as TK Pitts rebounds and score. And Liz Scott, they're completely different players. Sooners approaching 50. As Coach Switzer would say, hang a half 100. Minute left in the opening half. Smith finds a lane and converts with the left.
Yeah. Excellent straight line drive. Not great rotation on the weak side from Oklahoma.
Jones launching and hitting. What a great penetrating.
That was a make, and yet they get it in and they push. I mean, you cannot celebrate a bucket offensively of your own when you play Oklahoma. You've got to sprint back and get matched up in transition.
Shot clock all the way down to 10 as Bradley circles. Steps back and fires. That was nice. She shook tots, as you saw right there, and just her IQ overall on the basketball.
Yeah, I really like the way she's in attack mode all the time.
Liz Scott works free. Count the bucket and counting in both areas. 13-point Sooner lead. Taylor Robertson rebounds that Bradley miss. Madi Williams spins and scores.
In transition, again, broken floor, skill set to work her way in there. And then, you know, the help comes over, but she's got that mid-range fall-away game that's tough to defend.
This is Smith for 3, and that's good. Outsized there by Embry, but worked her way around, and the other way missed the 3. Still working it low. Embry spinning and scoring around the freshman.
Really strong post up. And Johnson has length, but against Embry, she can't let her bury her that deep. And again, Chad, that's off a make from Oklahoma. They just push it so well, and you have to sprint back, get matched up, and get that half-court D established. As she seals her man off, and that allows others to get boards. There she is again.
Like that right there. Hitters out there. Good.
You get a little street credit with your class if you get out there and
I would hope so.
Do that. They were awesome.
Aubrey Jones launches. Wow, she has been efficient.
That should have reminded us that watch Oklahoma when they come out of a timeout when it's their basketball. I mean, that well-designed play.
Aubrey Jones is 3 of 4 from three-point range today. There's one of the few. 61-52 Oklahoma. Great ball movement, finds Tots, and she buries the 3.
Got her double, trying to jump Oklahoma and catch them off guard, but you see how calm Oklahoma was, in particular when Madi Williams caught it in the corner. She invited the double team to her, and then when she passed, that stretches out the distance that they have to recover.
But the counter comes the other way. She's got 19 now.
Now Smith has come up huge here so far today.
Madi Williams says, I got you.
30 was on the shot clock. You get a stop here. You get the ball back, assuming you get the defensive rebound, Chad. 8-9 seconds. Plenty of time to go down and get something and get this under 10.
And Scott lets the shot clock work down to 10. Sooners set the play. Madi Williams wasn't looking. So she'll fire a three and hit it as the shot clock points. Once again, you see Lou Roselli's Sooner wrestling team has Little Rock at McCaslin Fieldhouse on the 18th as well.
UAPB took TCU down the wire on Monday.
Oklahoma a 16-point lead.
Yeah, once she's been able to be out on the floor for a decent stretch, hard to imagine that she wouldn't get going at some point.
Oklahoma is now 12 of 20 from three. That's the 6th three for the Mustangs.
Well, Embry and Wilkinson on a night in, night out basis are really the two that pose the most offensive problems along with Smith.
Oh, the banks are open. Ani Anusa had 25 for the Sooners. She struggled today as well. Smith misfiring on the three. And look at Van. There's that nose for the basketball.
And you mentioned Wilkinson struggling in the scoring department today, but that hasn't affected her play on the defensive end.
Madi Williams the three.
So when you talk about Williams, Robertson, Yanusa, and the ways they score, which is all different, Chad, but all three of them also distribute. They make the right play, and they're good passers.
There's that game for Wilkinson.
Keep that offensive post player honest. She does it right there and then takes the contact.
Putting it on the deck now, Skylar Van just kind of flipped it up there.
And then there's been a few, many more than Coach Baranczyk would want. But it's definitely an improvement from Monday night against Oral Roberts.
Rufus runs the floor and gets rewarded.
Eyes are up when she has that basketball.
That's off the mark out of the hands of Jaya Perry. And look at Van. Seems to always come away with those 50-50 balls.
Yeah.
Nice pass by Scott to Van. Beautiful vision. But Oklahoma with a 23-point advantage. Pitts couldn't get free. It'll be Wilkinson cashing in from the base. I don't want to give anything away, but Brendan, I think she's going to be our player of the game. How do you feel about that? I don't want to make that selection on my own.
I thought that was, we both had input on that.
The Vea top glides to the bottom.
Yeah, I didn't even know what I was saying during that.
Were you saying something? Because I couldn't hear it.
I'm not sure.
Deep post position this time for Culleton. And she lays that one in. Did you?
Not at all. Not at all. They've been so efficient.
Lena Scott, the run out, gets them to 97. Oklahoma moves to 2-0. 97-74 is our